actually met at the Super Bowl in New Orleans, and we may have banded the idea that the guys would be coming over to Dublin, and how pleased are you to actually be here now?
To see it finally come to fruition and watch the country of Ireland just embrace the Steelers. We're very excited about this opportunity. I know our players have been circling this date for a very long time, and so to go out here, it was even cool to see our jerseys with the Irish name. So it's a nice touch.
Cam, you obviously have been here during the summer. One of the few players that have been talking about getting to Dublin. At that point, the time is finally here. How do you feel after a long flight getting in here? Like, how's the energy with the team?
I think the energy is great. I think a lot of guys are just bummed they can't have a Guinness before the game. But hopefully we can have a celebratory Guinness after. But we're locked in on this game, understand the task we have at hand. As much as we want to have fun, we want to have fun on that field and make sure we take care of business.
You've been a Steelers your whole career, you've been captain, you've been here in Ireland before. And how do you just meet all the rookies that come to the team here? All that spirit, all that values from the franchise?
I think being with the Steelers, you understand the history that's involved, understand the guys who have come before you and the guys who put on those jerseys and sweat blood and tears. And every time I get a chance, you want to take advantage of your opportunities. You want to be grateful to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, and that's just something I pass down to all my young guys. Make the most of your opportunities and play every play like it's your last.
How does the defense have to adjust, or if they adjust to do better to get off the field on third down, stop the field?
I think a lot of times those third downs come to having better communication, because I think through your communication, it's going to pick up your execution. A couple times it could have been third and long. You give up a quick pass, but we don't have a good vice on a tackle. Usually we should be raising our hands talking about fourth down, but instead they're moving the ball forward. And for any good defense, it's a rush and coverage working together. It's not the cover, it's not the coverage just doing its job and the rush not. It's got to work hand in hand. We got to get them on the ground, and it's a multitude of guys. It's not singling out one guy. It's about our group, making sure we're a cohesive unit that tackles well and picks up our communication.
Ken, you're obviously well aware of the Rooney legacy. What did it mean to have Art address the group on Wednesday?
Meant a lot. I got to see Art get excited. He was carrying his hurling stick around, and I was one of the only ones who knew what a hurling stick was, so I didn't feel like a fish out of water. But he just explained the importance of this game. The incidents that have happened at Croke Park before, and how it was just it's sacred field, and it's a true privilege to be out here, not only just for their family, for old man Mr. Rooney. I've had relations with him, and so the fact that we've talked so much about this game for so long, and now we get to see this come to fruition and pay respect to old man Rooney is really special.
How special is it in that way too for you guys to be part of this? Like, you're on a team that's making history.
Well, 15 years in, I'm very excited to be a part of that. It's not haphazard. I think a lot of guys understand that this means a lot to our organization. It means a lot to you see a lot of Steeler fans. We had a Clover DMR pin before this game even happened when Mr. Rooney passed away. So Ireland has always embraced the Rooney family, and so we just want to be embraced as the Steelers as well.
Cam, Andy across the pod, of course, you played in the last time the Steelers were in UK, in London. That was, of course, many years ago, and the growth of the game has risen since that point. How different are you expecting the atmosphere to be this time around compared to last time?
Hopefully there's more Steeler fans. That game was a big cluster last time. Came down to a lot of, critical situational plays. But I'm hoping we come on the other side and come with a W. Surprisingly enough, we're playing against the same team we played against in London. But it's all about getting off the bus early. In these games especially, you got to start fast, and you got to provide some energy for your group.
Cam Freddie from the franchise tag. Coach Tomlin said it's a business trip. TJ before himself said, no, we're here to do business. Is your game plan and how you prepare for a game when it is in America been the exact same over here? Is there little tweaks that you've had to make in yourself, or have you sort of stuck to what keeps Cam Heyward being Cam Heyward?
I think just getting excited for this. Every game provides new opportunities. Yes, it's a business trip, but there's things we have to work on each week, and you're attacked differently, and you want to attack differently. So as it's a business week, we got to come out guns blazing, because this is a game you gotta be on top of your stuff.
Gonzalo Garcia from Spanish Bowl and Nación Fútbol. You are a Pro Bowler, All Pro. The missing piece is the ring. You have a Hall of Famer career. How do you feel the chances of this team to pursue that award?
It's definitely a chance. I'm excited about that opportunity. I don't think you shy away from it. For our group, a lot of guys are in the same boat. The one thing we want to cross off is the Super Bowl. And we have some guys who have done it before, so it's nice to pick their brains. But we have a strong team that believes in each other, that knows by the end of the season we should be, have a chance at this.
Yeah, Ryan back there, Post-Gazette.
Hi.
Hey. How much, from an NBA perspective, how much kind of due diligence do you guys have to do playing surface over in another country? I know that's been an issue at times.
It's not really players doing it. PA checks out beforehand. I think a lot of people talk about years ago in Mexico, it was pretty bad. But the one thing about like the UK and a lot of these, in UK and also Ireland as well, they take such good care of their fields. Their practice pitches are amazing. So something we don't have to worry about here.
Cam, you guys, I think right now have the second highest blitz rate in football, which
Mm-hmm.
is a pretty big difference from last year. What about this team's kind of personality and personnel gets that downhill attacking kind of blitzing?
I think with blitzing, you got to have guys that can move around, and I think we have so many different guys that can blitz and be responsible for big plays that we got to make sure they're part of the action.
John from Cortina Pero. It's obvious that you guys are not happy with the run defense results.
Mm-hmm.
How is the approach for the near future, especially this Sunday facing Mason that is playing incredibly well, as well as Aaron Jones and other assets that the Vikings have?
Yeah, Mason, he comes from San Francisco. Really came on the scene last year when Chris McCaffrey was going through a lot of injuries, and you watched him step up in those moments. But for our group, as we play these really good running backs, it's an opportunity for us to, right our wrongs and go out there and just seize those moments. You can't change the past. All you can do is attack the future.